Like, we have one dog. I would like another dog. My wife does not want another dog because it's a lot. It's a lot to have two dogs because you gotta open the back door and let two dogs out. Then you shut it. And now they're out there. You're inside, not dealing with it. But then they want to come back and you're like, gotta go let all these dogs back in. You're like, one dog, two, look at all these dogs everywhere. Look, to be honest, I've never taken care of the one dog we have, but two would be fun. Our dog sleeps in our bed, and someone told me you're not supposed to do that because you lose dominance over the dog. And I asked him, I said, what year do you think it is? These are all Doodles. They're barely dogs. It's a person. They're people. This guy acts like it's 1980 when you kept the dog outside all year. Those you needed dominance over. You had a wolf in the backyard. Friends come over, you want to go outside? I wouldn't. The next update to it is so Cape Fear Cemetery has closed down. And I know, you guys had a chance to go to it. It is closed. So the guy that owned it, his name is Dean Ripa. I do not know this guy. He was there that day. I saw him that day. I don't know him. I mean, this place will be a part of my life for the rest of my life. And I was there for one day. But, so he was a very original guy. He was his own guy. And, you can see there's great stuff on him. There's another thing on Netflix called 72 Deadliest Animals. They interview him in that. There's also great YouTube clips where he would bring like venomous snakes to local Wilmington news channels, and he would barely pay attention to these snakes. He would like have it like on the table, and he's like not even look. They're like, could you grab it maybe more? And he's like, what's that? Like, we didn't even ask you to bring that in, by the way. Do you mean leave it in the car? What'd you want me? I remember when I was there that day, there was like cages empty, and you're like, is that supposed to be empty? He's like, we're cleaning that, but if you see something, tell us. But I'm pretty sure we're cleaning that one. So the main reason it closed is, sadly, to announce that guy, he has died. He passed away, and it's pretty wild stuff. So how he died, a little different than most. And I'm gonna just tell you, and I already know what you're thinking in your head. And his wife shot him. So, yeah, you weren't thinking that, I can tell you that. It's unbelievable. I mean, the odds of this they're definitely higher than if you don't own a snake museum, but there's still, it's insane. So, this all happened after we taped the stand-ups. And so I was telling an audience who would guess like how he died. And so I'm gonna just tell you the guesses where people, a steak got him, good guess. Crocodile ate him, solid guess. Someone yelled cancer once, and I was like, what? Like, I don't know if I'd present it like this if I knew the answer was cancer. Let's go around the room, everybody. Guess how he died. Cancer? That guy got it. That was a good guess, One guy guessed it once, Huntsville, Alabama. And it was an older gentleman. He was sitting up front, and he just goes, did his wife shoot him? And when someone guesses your guess, and you're like, you're the worst, man. And I was like, did you look it up? And he had a flip phone on his table. He wasn't looking stuff up. And I was like, why would you ever guess that? And he was like, because my wife shot me. And I was like, oh, well, that's fair. I bet he guesses that with every death he hears. Like, I mean, just, Frank, did his wife shoot him? No. And I'm not going to tell you anymore if you keep guessing that, all right? That's the last one. Little side note, I would like to say, I think the witch phase was the toughest phase for women to have to go through. Not to get serious, but a lot of people say voting. I disagree. I think it's witch, then voting. I think it's witch, pretty big gap, then, voting. I mean, you jaywalk back then. The whole town was like, there's a witch. You're like, here we go. Here we go. And I'll give it to them, because they could have flown away, but none of them ever did. All right, sorry. Look, just trying to get a witch joke in. It's pretty complicated. There's a lot of moving parts. You got to bring up pilgrims somehow. My parents are in their 60s, and when your parents hit their 60s, just so you know, you kind of realize that you go, all right, I'm in charge of this family now, They don't give it up. They don't offer it away. They just start doing stuff that you're like, We went to the store the other day, and we walked back to the car. We were in the store for an hour. We walked back. The driver's side door is wide open. He drove, opened the door to go inside, and just kept walking. He's been driving for 50 years. And I know cars are getting crazy, but one thing that stayed all these 50 years is you got to open and shut that front door. My dad wore my mom's pants to a funeral. That was the day that I was like, look, we can't listen to this guy no more, We got to go get him. He doesn't know what's happening. It usually starts happening when you start doing the holidays at your house instead of your parents' house. That's when it starts happening. And so my parents, once we did that, they downsized into a 2-bedroom townhome. So they still wanted to do Thanksgiving at their house, but they don't have the room for us. There's like 20 of us. It's like a college kid being like, do you want to do Christmas in my dorm room? There's a table for 4, and then they have to put a train of TV trays and nightstands that just weaves down this hallway. I mean, you're sitting on stairs. We made the kids go eat in the car. We just go back and they can't even eat inside. My mom didn't have ketchup. I was like, everybody just has ketchup. It just comes in houses. If I went to some alcoholic's house, he would have ketchup. His whole family would be gone. But I would say, do you have ketchup? He'd be like, I'm not that gone, man. Thank you, everybody. It was unbelievable. All right, I don't know. I've done comedy for a while. I've done a lot of different shows. They're not, they're not as all exciting as the Tonight Show. I did one in a prison once, like in it, like all the way in it. Like we went to them. I didn't meet them out, So we go in. Let's say you guys are the inmates. So I'm sitting here. I'm doing my dumb jokes. None of it works. Every joke I have involves being outside in the past 30 years. I'm like, traffic's crazy. You guys remember? People remember traffic here, right? So I'm doing my dumb jokes, and then an inmate gets up and starts walking towards me. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. He's going to use me to break out. And I don't want to point at him, but no one's looking, but I am using hand gestures. I'm like, what do you guys do on this side of the room? Should he be walking up like that? Turns out the bathrooms are behind me. He's a good guy. I judged him on what he was wearing and where we were at. It was my fault. So I'm against a brick wall, and it's goes halfway up, and then the urinals are all behind here. So then he comes to use the bathroom, and then he comes to the urinal right behind me. So then it's just me and him just looking at everybody, and he peed. He peed without even it was the most confidence I've ever seen in my entire life. I thought, whatever you think this guy did it, all right? That's not, an innocent man doesn't pee like that. That's a guilty, I'm not getting out. I took social media off my phone. I don't. It's too much. Like you just, you walk around and just look at it all day. Facebook. They did a good job. It's a real good company. And Facebook's just too much. It's either everybody's best or worst days of their life. Like you're either like, I'm getting married or my house is on fire. No one's like, today's normal. Nothing happened. I have no strong opinions about anything. My wife gets mad because she was like, you don't like any of my photos on Facebook. And it's like, is this not enough? Like us just being married and living together? It's like, how much, and I did like it. When we took it, I said, I liked that photo. Like I told you that. I'm in the photo. There's not much more that I can do in this photo's life. We've been married for 10 years and we still fight. Like when you're married, fighting is open 24 hours, anytime. We got in a fight recently at 3 a.m. We woke up to get in this fight, and we live in Nashville, and we have a dog that freaks out when it thunders. So it was like thundering. So we have sedatives to give her because there's only so many times you can tell a dog it's just thunder before you're like, just take this. Hope this works. I'm not going to hold you through it, So I wake up, and I had asked my wife. I was like, hey, where are the sedatives at? And she was like, they're at the top of the cabinet. So I go get them. When I get them, I looked at the bottle, and the bottle said they were expired. So I had to wake her back up. And I was like, hey, these say they're expired. And she was annoyed. She was like, they're not expired. Those are new pills in an old pill bottle. And I was like, all right, I should have thought of that. That's my fault. People come to our house all the time and they get milk and they're like, is this milk expired? And I have to go, that's new milk in an old milk jug. Are you the stupidest person I've ever met in my life? How could you not figure that out? That's basically what I told her. It wasn't as fun as that, but that was the gist. And instead of just saying, you're right, that's a logical statement, she dives all in and tells me it doesn't matter because dog medicine can't even expire, which she's never even heard a rumor about that. She doesn't know that. We don't know any dog medicine people. I know who she knows, and we don't know one dog medicine maker that's texting her let me tell you a little secret about dog medicine. We've invented medicine that can't expire. All right, thank you guys so much. I'm married. I'm still married, and thanks. Yeah. I like to say it, like I'm at the same job, just still work there. Yeah, right out of house school. Only job I applied for. My wife will tell me that she always says that I don't like the way she talks, and it's not her voice. I like the sound of her voice. That'd be a big problem, I think, if it was it's your voice. I just hate it. To go to couples therapy and be like, can you hear it right? It's not, it's not fun. It's the information that she chooses to tell me at times. I can be wasteful. If something gets to the bottom, I will throw it away. Ketchup. If ketchup gets that much left, I'm like, blah. She will put the old ketchup with the new ketchup. That way your ketchup's always gross. And to make fun of my generation, just so it doesn't seem like I'm trying to skip over, another hotel I was at, another syrup incident, actually. I'm a big fan of waffles, so syrup, I'm around syrup quite a bit. And at a Holiday Inn Express. So the breakfast buffet there is where they have the cereal where you turn the knob and 4 pieces fall out. It's like how you feed a cat for a long weekend, That's enough. They had batter and syrup. And so you they had the waffle iron where you make it yourself. So you pour the batter on the waffle iron, you shut it, you turn it over, it locks, it cooks minutes, you turn it over, you open it, half the waffle comes off, half stays forever. That's how you eat a waffle. So I'm with my buddy of mine that's my age. So we go through, not really talking or anything, just going through. He gets to it. It's batter and syrup. They're in containers. They're not labeled, but they're in clear containers. He gets the syrup, and starts pouring it on the waffle.